Y'all see the mayor of Chicago calling for a strike? Watch this.
There are some billionaires and corporate leaders that want us to have sympathy for them, and they have just received the greatest tax cuts at the expense of healthcare and housing and education and transportation and good paying jobs. So here's what we need to do in this moment. If my ancestors as slaves can lead the greatest general strike in the history of this country, taking it to the ultra-rich and big corporations, we can do the same today. I'm calling on black people, white people, brown people, Asian people, immigrants, gay people from around this country to stand up against tyranny and to send a clear message to the ultra-rich and big corporations. We are going to make them pay their fair share in taxes to fund our schools, to fund jobs, to fund healthcare, to fund transportation. Democracy will live on because of this generation.
That's how you lead, Brandon. From now on, that's how you lead. Y'all heard what the fuck he said. Stop spending your goddamn money with these corporations. If our ancestors could do it while they getting dog sick on them and they got fire hoses being put on their ass, we can do it too. Ain't no excuse, because ain't that motherfucker getting whipped, chained up, none of that shit. Stop spending your money with these bitches. Let them get taxed and pay for all of our shit, because we've been paying for all they shit. All they luxury life they've been living, yeah, we've been paying for all that shit. It's time for them to pay for our motherfucking healthcare, our schooling, our transportation, all that shit. It's time to strike. There ain't never been a better time to strike than right now. It don't make no fucking sense that millionaires and billionaires are getting permanent tax cuts while the middle class and lower class are losing every fucking thing. Every fucking thing that helps us keep afloat in this punk ass country, they taking from us. Nah, we ain't going out like that. We ain't going out like that. Yeah, you corporations ain't getting a nan nothing out of them. Okay? You ain't getting another nan nothing out of me. Okay? I need all the mayors and governors to get on the same tune and let y'all people know it's time to strike.
From November 25th, 2025, this year, to December 2nd, they're calling it a mass blackout. Not a march, not a protest, no science necessary. It's 1 week where we pull our dollars out of the system and see what happens when the economy feels the weight of our absence. Because we've marched, we've begged, most of us voted the right way. And now we're just going to sit back and test the one thing this country truly worships: money. See, this isn't the first time we've tried this, right? Economic boycotts have always been the heartbeat of real change, from Montgomery to Operation Breadbasket. When the buses lost money, segregation fell. When companies realized ignoring Black consumers meant losing profit, they started hiring, promoting, and pandering. History has already shown us that pulling our dollars hits harder than any speech, any march, any protest ever could. The timing isn't random. Black Friday is the biggest spending weekend in America. Billions get poured into corporations that barely reinvest in the communities that made them rich in the first place. So from November 25th to December 2nd, the goal is simple, okay? Buy nothing that doesn't circulate back into us. You hear me? Support small, support local, support Black. Because when we withhold our dollars, we remind this country that we're not just consumers. We are the economy. So yeah, the mass blackout isn't about canceling Christmas or skipping joy. It's about shifting power and realizing that every dollar that we spend is a vote for the world that we live in. They've ignored our voices. They've ignored our pain. Let's see if they ignore our absence. We're not asking anymore. We are shutting this shit down. Okay? No spending. If you do need something, make sure you go to farmers market, support small businesses. There's a ton of places that you can go to make sure you support the right people, not corporations. We are done. We're done.
It reaches a point that the citizens get tired and say, enough is enough. And that's exactly what is happening in the United States right now. Americans are so tired of whatever is happening in their own country. They are so tired of the current government of the United States. And now the mayor of Chicago is calling for a general strike. And guess what? All the communities in the United States, whether you are brown, whether you are Black, whether you are white, they have accepted to join the general strike because they came to realize that if they continue staying silent, then no one is going to fight for them. The system is going to continue abusing them, manipulating them, and yet at the same time, the system is benefiting of their labor and they are getting nothing good in return. And also, people are calling for a mass blackout starting 25th November to 2nd of December. So guys, I want us to watch these clips together. You'll hear the voices of Americans, how they're planning for everything come next month, because that is the month that the government of the United States is planning to cut the SNAP benefits. So welcome back to Afrojudy's channel. I really appreciate your massive love and support. Kindly give the video a thumbs up and let's dive in.
The mayor of Chicago has called for a general strike, and I do think that's what we're going to be doing next. We are going to be striking, not buying stuff. If they want to cancel Thanksgiving, we'll cancel Christmas, you know. And here's what I want out of a general strike. Universal health care is non-negotiable. Non-negotiable at this point. Universal basic income. Yes. Every place that has done it has seen a more productive, happier populace. And that will be because 3, we tax billionaires at a 95% rate. And if you think that's outlandish, go back in history. We used to tax them hard enough that they couldn't become billionaires. And we need to do that again. Period. I also feel like we need term limits for the Supreme Court. We need term limits for senators. We need term limits for House representatives. We need the cronyism out. We also need to have a robust Voting Rights Act passed. We need a robust new Green Deal. And, you know, AOC and Bernie Sanders have that stuff already written out. So the framework is there. We just need to strike hard enough we get all of it, because this is no longer a nation for the people by the people. It is a nation for the billionaires by the billionaires. And they are the biggest minority we have, and it's unacceptable that they are running everything. I don't like living in an oligarchy. And I'm poor enough that boycotting the crap out of things is going to be really, really easy. I don't have the money to spend anyway. But there will be a couple things that will be hard to do. However, I boycott Walmart for over 25 years. I think we're up to the task, folks. I think we are. And thrift stores are great. If you prefer shopping online, ThredUp, ThredUp.com. And you can send your clothes in to them, and they will give you store credit for them, so you're still not actually spending money. So anyway.
Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson suggested that we general strike. And not only is it important to general strike, but when you are striking, you're striking because you want something. So I figured that this would be a great place to create a list of demands that we have. Why? Because we're all getting fucked over. So let's just start with who we are demanding from. The government is literally tearing down they are tearing down part of the White House to build a ballroom. They have money to do that. Whoever is sitting at the top is so in our face with it that they have money to do that instead of continuing a program that will feed the people. Corporations, we have a list. Target, we're already boycotting. Walmart, I posted about how they treat their employees. I pray that man is still alive. That was on oxygen, standing up, working as a greeter. Then we have Temu and Shein, who apparently both sell kitty piddler dolls. We have CVS, and we have Publix. Guys, whatever we need to add to the list, right here. That any organization that is tax-free, if they're not on the up and up, they gotta go. They're done. They are siphoning money. That's all these countries, Democrat, Republican, they're all the fucking same. The education system, we are not just striking against it, we are striking for it. Because these are our babies. These are our youth that we have brought into this world, and we want better for them. The food industry, the amount of sugar that they pump into our foods. I've been around the world. Everybody doesn't pump this much sugar into their food. This food industry here, especially in America, is the most fucked up. And then we're going to talk about the banking industry.
Mass blackout. I can honestly say I agree. The black dollar, the immigrant dollar, the alien dollar that fuels this country, that is the way we let this present administration know that our dollars move this country. We don't need to march. We don't need to protest. We don't need to sign petitions. We need to speak the language they understand. Money. So what I want you guys to do from November 25th to December 2nd, don't buy anything that does not help your community. Don't go to Publix, Walmart, Target, BJ's, any of those major brand white-owned companies that don't respect us but benefit from our dollar. I think this is one way we get them to understand the power of the blacks, the illegals, the immigrants that fuel this country. See, they don't respect anything else. The only thing that white folks, the establishment, seem to understand is money. And we need to let them understand that while we individually don't have a lot of money, we collectively have more money than they do. So let's show that strength. We're going to do a blackout. They already started the movement over, and I need you guys to support it. We understand that. I truly understand that every white person is not a part of this, but enough of them are to affect the change. So we need you guys, because we understand that white people have always fought alongside us. And for those that have done it throughout the generations, we appreciate it. And we're asking you to do the same thing again. Just stand with us. You don't have to do anything. You don't need to do anything. But specifically to the blacks, the Latinos, the Hispanics, the Asian, the immigrants community, I'm asking you guys, don't spend anything with none of these businesses unless it benefits you or your community. Hit me back, man. Let's do this. Let's show them that unified, we are as powerful as they are.
So I saw a lady on here, and she was saying from November the 25th to December the 2nd, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be something called a massive blackout. That's where we take our money and we just keep it in our pockets. Did y'all see what y'all did when y'all boycotted Walmart, Target, Hulu, Disney World? Well, imagine what we can do when we come together and just keep our black dollars in our pockets. Because as y'all know, that's what the world worship, those dollars. I mean, some of us, we have to have money to live. And then some of it, some other people, like the people that's in Trump administration and the other people that got money, they ain't doing nothing but abusing that money. Just they get to throw away their money every day while we down here trying to figure out what our next move is going to be. So, from November the 25th to December the 2nd, keep your dollars in your pocket. Let's show the world. Like, by not, we all should be tired of this bullshit. So, remember, from November the 25th to December the 2nd, we keeping our what and our what?
Majority of the communities in the United States are now waking up. And let me just say that it's a rude awakening, because some of them actually depended on the Black people to go out there and protest for them, to go out there and use their voices for them. And now they came to realize that the more they continue staying silent in the United States without acting, the more the system is going to continue manipulating them, abusing them, and even humbling them in their very own country. So when the general strike was being called, they wholeheartedly joined without no one forcing them to join the general strike, because they have seen everything happening in the United States. They have faced the hardship since Orange Man got into the office, including those who even voted for the Orange Man are now feeling it to a point that they have agreed to join other people in the general strike, in all the boycotts. You boycott all the corporation. Like, you've seen this memo going around that come November 25th to 2nd of December, there is going to be a huge economic blackout in the United States. People are going to boycott Black Friday, Christmas, Thanksgiving, and even they're not going to celebrate Halloween. You know, we are in Halloween season and people really like celebrating Halloween. They said, we're not going to benefit this big corporation. We better work by ourselves instead of benefiting the billionaires. You know, right now, some people are saying that some politicians are so silent. What about the silence of the billionaires? You know, it's so alarming. It really tells you that these people, they really don't care about the very own citizens who made sure that they are in the office. They just want to make sure that they use that money so well before they get out of the office. You know, nowadays politics is just like a business. People are benefiting off it instead of taking care of the citizens who made sure that they are in the office. And at the same time, there are some of the MAGA people who are celebrating online that those who depended on the SNAP benefits, is a high time for them to go out there and work. And they are so happy talking about it, without knowing that the highest percentage of people who gets or who depends on the SNAP benefits in the United States, they are the palm colored people. And you'll come to realize that these are the same people who are celebrating that people are going to lose their SNAP benefits come November. And yet there is a time that they even depended on those SNAP benefits. And children depend on the SNAP benefits. The elderly depend on the SNAP benefits. The disabled veterans who fought for America, they depend on the SNAP benefits. So tell me, how is it legal for a small child to go out there and work? And again, the disabled veterans, how are they going out there to start working so that they can put food on the table? What about the seniors? You know, right now, many nursing homes are going to be closed, because how are people going to afford paying for all this? If the same Republicans want to do away with the Medicaid, with the Medicare, and now they have announced that they are going to cut the SNAP benefits because of the government shutdown, because the federal government is saying that it's under jeopardy. You know, they are the ones who cause all these things. And now they are starting to blame the Democrats, the reason as to why they went ahead and shut down the government. And I think this is going to be the longest government shutdown ever in the United States. And you know, the orange man still doesn't care. What he cares the most is he's happy, his family is happy, his friends are happy, and his pocket is happy. That's it. But about American citizens suffering, he doesn't care about it. Because if he would have been so concerned about the health of the American citizens, he couldn't have touched food, he couldn't have touched health, because these two things are so critical. They're the basic human decency. If you touch health, if you touch food, it's like killing someone alive. And this is exactly what the US government is doing right now. It wants to do away with the SNAP benefits, which majority of the people depended on. And food is a basic human being. You can't tell me that people should stay without food. Why are people working? And about the healthcare, like the orange man always bragged that America has the best healthcare ever in the world, and that America is the richest land in the planet. And right now, if its own citizens are finding it so hard even to afford the healthcare in the United States, tell me how it's still the best a country with the good healthcare in the world. And tell me why people right now are struggling and the orange man doesn't care. And at the same time, he will be telling people that, you should be going out there and start working. You should be going to the colleges to get degree so that you can secure good job. Yes, people are working. Even those who depended on the SNAP benefits, they are working. They're not just sitting there without work. They are working, but still, it's not enough. You have to pay for the bills. You have to pay for all the taxes. You have to pay for the health insurance. At the end of the day, you have nothing left in the pocket. And still, the government is encouraging women to continue giving birth, to continue bringing children in this world. Like, who is going to raise all those children in this world if the government alone cannot provide assistance? And let me just say that those who are yelling on the social media, celebrating that people are going to lose their SNAP benefits, I know they are saying it out of jealousy. They were so jealous that the other people were getting the SNAP benefits. And at the same time, some of the palm colored people knew that it's the black people who are so much dependent on the SNAP benefits. So, guys, let me know what you think about this general strike in the United States. Do you support it or you are against it? And are you still going to join the general strike come 25th November to 2nd of December? Or what's your plan? Are you planning to boycott all the corporations? Let me know in the comment section. So thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. I honestly appreciate your massive love and support. I'm your presenter, Judy. Until next time, let's meet on my next episode.